Right, we are here with Jack with his what was it, 5-5? So 5-5, so X5 deck profile from UK Nationals with odd eyes. So he did the second best out of all of us by one draw. Ryan did one better.
Yeah, because I opened driver both games in my last match.
Yep. Oh well, stuff happens. So yeah, do you want to get on with it then?
It's pretty standard. Well, it's not pretty standard.
There's nothing about this deck is standard.
No. My favourite thing about the whole tournament was a man who said, "I can't believe I lost to fucking odd eyes."
Correct.
Yeah. Right, I'll do main, extra, side deck.
Yeah.
Some of the choices will seem self-explanatory, and others you will be rolling your eyes and saying, "This man watched too much anime."
I mean, a lot of these you can probably see on his old deck profile.
Yeah, minus the inclusion of one plussy boy, who is now banned.
Yeah.
F's in the comments for Astrograph Sorcerer. Right, so this is 3 Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. He is the best card in the deck. You play 3 of him. He enables all your combos. He is the best. You also search him a lot. This is Odd Eyes Dissolver. You play 1 of this because it's bricky as fuck. It's level 8 for God only knows a reason. It lets you fuse. It's poly in the scale, and as a monster, it lets you fuse with your monster or your scale. It lets you make Vortex Dragon. Or Gatling Ghoul, if you're a madman. 3 Phantom Dragon. This is the best level 7, like other Odd Eyes. It's just a name, really. It's just a body for fusion, XEs, anything. But in scale, it can boost your dudes while they battle, which caught out a Trickstar player who read the card 3 times and then ran into it anyway.
It's like what I do.
Yeah, what
I think all Trickstar players just don't know how to read.
This card, specifically.
Yeah, that one's card, like, they don't believe that it exists.
Yeah. Also, you can get some spicy OTKs because he does an extra 2400 damage when he deals damage, if you've got 2 Odd Eyes skills. 1 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Thank you, James, for the ulti. It's very pretty.
I want it back.
Unless I buy it off you.
Unless you buy it off me.
I run 1 because he's searchable with Dual Alliance. His scale effect's awful. His monster effect's awful. He's just another name, basically. Also, it's anime as fuck when you win with him. 1 Gate 0 for the Dark Worm engine we run. Self-explanatory. I was playing some combos with that in a bit. 3 Chronograph, which is the worst card ever printed, but he lets you make Electromite, which is good. So you run 3 of it.
Only when you don't draw the Time Gazer.
I had a game where I drew Time Gazer. And a chronograph. So I chronographed, said effect, summon Time Gazer from hand, and he grabbed my chronograph and he was like, "It doesn't summon from hand." I'm like,
yeah, it does.
It does.
It says so.
Yeah. Only 2 Persona Dragon. I was really debating running 3, but I went for 2. Honestly, you should probably run 3. It's your best low scale, and its monster effect's really good. But I just didn't have space, so try to run 3 of him. He's a good boy. He negates things. We like that in this deck. 3 Darkworm. Can't wait for the secret reprint. I'm hyped for that. Best normal summonable pendulum in the game right now. Ever since Joker got banned, you run 3 of it. Self-explanatory, I should think. I run this little Performapal engine. I'm putting them all in the same spot because this is searchable with Dual Alliance. Popping your Odd Eyes is good because it triggers Arc Pendulum. That should be self-explanatory. And if you scale this, you can add back stuff after you fusion summon, and this lets you synchro with your scales. Specifically, the Persona Dragon I mentioned earlier is level 5, so if you have that in scale, summon this, you can make a level 7 for free. It's great. But I only ran 2 of this because I'm a retard.
So that's definitely one change you'd make.
Yes, I would definitely run 3 Persona Dragon. People online told me to only run 2 because it's searchable. They are retards. Okay, so that's my little spicy engine. Plenty of people picked up this guy specifically. One guy picked up this guy, looked at it and said, "That's a lot of words," and then put it back down.
So he didn't read it?
He didn't read it, and then read it again when I synchroed with my scale, which was really weird. But, you know.
Which is fair enough. I mean, if they read it and didn't read it...
Yeah,
then...
it's a weird effect. This deck, does weird stuff with its scales, which is one of the reasons I like it. It kind of breaks the rules when it comes to pendulums, which is cool. Anyway, that's my little Performapal engine I run. You can also search Dissolver, but don't, because you don't want that in your hand, ever. 1 Time Gazer for the chronographs. Shit card. I was surprised the amount of people who actually read this when I summoned it. And I literally had to say it doesn't do anything. It's just a
it's a vanilla at this point.
Yeah, it's a terrible card. Starter deck, you boys. 3 Gamma and as Tayfun Director said, one bricky boy. Stops hand traps. I opened this twice, and in the same match, and I cried. Although, I did poke for game with it against Mech Knight Invoked, so that's something.
So it does come up sometimes as being useful.
He's got 2,500 attack, he's not bad.
It's quite beefy.
Yeah, but yeah, this just stops hand traps. They try to Ash or Skyrus or whatever, you just summon Gamma, summon Driver, Omega them, rip another card out of the hand. They've got -2 for literally nothing. It's pretty funny, to be honest, but yeah, I like Gamma a lot. It's a little bricky though. That's all the monsters. It's like half the deck, it's monsters, because it's pendulums, but... right, onto the spells. 3 Spiral Flame Strike. Oh, what's that? This is self-explanatory, you always run through this card.
This is surprisingly, broken.
Yes, it's a non-once per turn search for a level 7 Odd Eyes, which will usually be Arc Pendulum, but sometimes Phantom or Pendulum, depending on what you've got in your hand, obviously. Or you could hold it because it's targeted destroy if you control an Odd Eyes, and it's not once per turn.
Yeah.
Plenty of people picked it up when I activated the second one.
It's better than Light Stage.
It is. Well, kinda. They're kinda similar. You can search Light Stage, which is good. 3 Dual Slides, hard ones per turn because life is pain. Such as Arc Pendulum, first and foremost, then Pendulum Sorcerer, and then Pendulum Dragon if you're, really desperate.
Yeah.
But we run 3 because we have plenty of targets. If you cut the Pendulum Sorcerer and the Pendulum Dragons, which, if you want, it's up to you, runs Summoner's Art instead of this. Not 3, but, some. Summoner's Art. 3 Called by the Grave, more hand trap hate. The only hand trap related cards I played were anti-hand traps, Gamma and this, in the main at least. Because I don't know. I'd probably main my Drolls next time, but I literally have no idea what you cut for them. But anyway, this is a really good card. Plenty of Trickstar players. Well, I say plenty, I only play 3.
It's more than I played.
Yeah, that's not quite a few.
It's more than any of us played to get put together.
I think I played 3 Trickstar. 2 of them were Trickstar Sky Striker, 1 Pure. But they kept activate Lycoris, their reincarnation target Lycoris in Grave, and I was just called, hit Lycoris, and then he just can't burn me for 2 turns. But yeah, mostly for hand traps, occasionally comes up. I got my Darkworm called, and then that hurt a lot. But,
oh well.
Anyway, good card. It's a common. Pick it up. 3 Skyrus, good field spell, and 1 Terraforming. I might as well put it in here. Can you see that on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrus and Arc Pendulum and Odd Eyes is a combo. It just searches your stuff. It protects your scales. Don't let anybody target your scales while this is up, because they're not reading. And neither are you at that point. But yeah, good card. Hard ones per turn though, which is why I don't run 3 Terraforming. I open multiples of this way too often, and I have no idea why.
Do you... I suggested this in the past, running 2 and 2 instead.
Yeah,
2 Terraforming, 2 Sky Iris.
You could do that. That's definitely something to do.
It's what was the... I think Pepe ran it like that.
Yeah, I can understand that. But people didn't main Droll back then, did they?
That is a good point. It kind of loses to Droll at that point, whereas 3 Sky Iris doesn't.
If you don't have a Gamma or a Cold, but you fear the Droll, but you have Skyrus, you should always Skyrus first, in my opinion. Because if it's Ghost Ogre, then that's a Ghost Ogre that's not hitting you on your scales. And if you get Drolled, you still get the Search off Skyrus and the Summon with Arc Pendulum, which is what you're probably doing it for. Which is the most important thing. But yeah, run 3 Skyrus, run 4 Skyrus in total is my ratio. The ratio of Terraformings to Skyrus is up to you. I'd probably say 2 and 2 is...
That's fair.
Probably better, but, 3 and 1 served me pretty well. I opened 3 Skyrus, 2 Gamma in one game, and, couldn't play. Lol. Variants. And then 2 of basically the same card, but I ran a Foolish and a Shrine because it's hard ones per turn, I guess?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
There's no other targets but Darkworm, but if you open both of these, I guess you can just do them both.
You can summon both Darkworms, yeah.
And you can Shrine,
You're gonna
and it gets ashed, and then Foolish, but whatever. It's a 3 Darkworm, 2 ways to dump it is a standard ratio. I think I used to run 3 Shrine, 1 Foolish, but that was back in the Astrograph Sorcerer days. That was a much better ratio, and dumping Darkworm is really powerful, but people are maining. They're maining Drolls, they're maining fucking DD Crows at this point.
Maining everything.
Yeah, so that's the main deck, 40 cards. It's pretty clean, I'd say. It's pretty standard.
So the major change would probably be the 3rd Persona Dragon.
3rd Persona Dragon, and mess around with your terraforming ratios.
Would you maybe drop the Pendulum Dragon for it?
Yeah,
I think that's your most cuttable card.
Pendulum Dragon is a piece of trash, but... he's quite weak, but at the same time, like, you get to the point where you're not opening enough odd eyes consistently, because this deck's power plays come from Arc Pendulum. If you can't pop an odd eyes, then he's pretty much just a vanilla 8 scale.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main deck. Do with it as you will. Extra deck. Gatling Gun for game. I did that.
Yeah. We overheard somebody talk about that, and it's like, there's like, crush, game.
Yeah. It was.
It's proper Brummy as well. So
it was the Mech Knight Invoked player. I summoned my Gatling, because like I counted all the cards on his field, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Wait a second, just please, I'm doing something." So I summoned this. I'm like, "Effect." I'm like, "What's it?" He's like, "What does it do?" And I'm like, "Okay, it burns for 200 for every card on the field, which was 1,000 damage." I'm like, and then because I summoned it using a Pendulum monster, I can destroy one monster you control non-target, and he only had a Alistair set, so I said, "I'm destroying your set," and then he's like, "Hang on," he's like, "Judge." And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I want to know if it burns." I'm like, "Alright, fair enough, I don't know, because it's a set card." Judge comes over and he says, "Yes, it burns damage." So he's like, "Okay, that's another 1,000 damage." And I just kill him with Driver and this, and like some random other card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this card. It only came up like 2 or 3 times, but he's just too funny not to play. I got to say Ratata at one point. Anyway,
the fact that it's won you games makes it worth running, I think.
I used to side him, but that's because I was an idiot. But that's because we had 2 Starving Venom and shit. But yeah, good card. 2 Vortex Dragon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Negates are good.
Negates.
And you can hard make it, so
you can fusion summon one, absolute out the other. You can bring one back with Vortex Dragon.
Which is broke.
Good. Not Vortex Dragon, Arcane Dragon. Good card. Omega. I don't own an Omega anymore. I borrowed it off a friend and then nearly walked out of the venue with it. Lol. That's Cyframe Lord Omega.
That's what I call a plus.
That's what I call a crime. That's Cyframe Lord Omega, basically. So run it if you have it. If not, any level 8 synchro with a quick effect, Stardust, Spike Dragon, whatever, Scarlight, doesn't matter. Just, Omega's good because it takes that stuff out of the monster, but we already knew that. Ignista is better than Supreme King Clearwing, in my opinion, because this can pop an Odd Eyes to remove something they control, and then you plus with this stuff. I only used this once, but it won me the game.
Pretty good.
Yeah. FA Dawn Dragster, best generic level 7 there is in Negate Spell and Traps.
It's pretty broke.
Meteor Burst Dragon was used as fusion material more than he was as a synchro, but he's here. He can do stuff. We all know what Meteor Burst does. This, I never summoned this. Honestly, you can cut it. I ran it because you can synchro with your scales using Synchron, and I figured it's a powerful card, might as well if I've got level 4s, but it never came up. I was expecting people to summon like Borreloads and shit that I could steal, but no one did.
That's fair.
It was just like 2 Lycoruses.
Does it not target?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so
no,
you can...
the target, the negate effect targets, but the steal, they choose the card, so if they've only got one powerful monster out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it also permanently negates, so you can hit like their field spells. But yeah, it's a good card, but honestly, it's cuttable. Absolute Dragon, you can just link them away for Vortex. I lost a game because I made this and made Vortex and Zephyr Meltron instead of Eradicator and virused someone's hand. And they just dropped a Gamma Seal on me. And firstly, I was like, okay, who the fuck runs Gamma Seal? Like, seriously. Secondly, GG.
Gotta run the turtle.
Yeah. Also, I Omega'd him earlier in the turn because he tried to hand trap me, and I hit fucking Spiral Mission Rescue. And I'm like, what a hit, boys. Red Flare Metal was my spicy tech for time. It never came up, never made it. You can run Big Eye instead of this, but, you know, I thought I'd be a bit cheeky. Gatling Gun also works for that, but it's harder to make. Strike Bouncer because I don't own Naruto. This actually came up a couple of times, burning people, because it made them... Like, I never went into time, but it made them, like... I think they, like, rushed to try and do damage to me, and it just didn't work.
It made them worry, which is always good.
But I'll honestly run Naruto over that, definitely, but I don't own one because I'm poor. Abyss Dweller, this never came up either.
It's one of those cards that's like good in theory.
Good in theory. I ran it because I thought I'd be playing like 9 rounds of Go Keys.
Okay.
Didn't play any Go Keys.
I didn't play any Go Keys until Giant Card.
Yeah,
it was.
Played against.
My legs are going numb. It was I thought it would be better than it was. Honestly, this is the only rank 4 I'd say you should run. Baguska is way too passive for this deck. This is a very explosive like combo deck, so Baguska's kind of shit.
Yeah, you want your things to actually do something, and not just have everything set.
Abyss Dweller is like, it's Abyss Dweller. It's really good in some matchups and absolutely dead in others. The only Link 3 we want is Zephyr Meltron. He's the biggest Link I run because I don't own a Borreload Dragon. I would run Borreload if I could, but like I said, don't have one. Maybe it'll be reprinted soon.
Hopefully.
You just make this because you can, basically. He's like the best Link 3 we have and can make. Decode Talk is also a good shout, but you don't really want to tribute your Vortex Dragon.
And it's all 3 pointing down as well, which is really good.
Yeah, if they foolishly leave it up with one guy did, you can just Pendulum 3 from extra and kill them.
Yeah, that's if the arrows come up, then
yeah, it's really good. It's really ridiculous. It's like Master Rule 3 level pendulums. Anyway, yeah, that's that. And 2 Electromite, one of which I borrowed because I only owned one. This is the best card in the extra deck. Probably everybody knows how good this card is.
Yeah.
That's why half the deck is turboing it out.
Yeah. It's the only reason you run Chronograph.
Yeah. Like the worst, unless you brick horribly, the worst deck you can expect to make is like Vortex in this, which isn't even that bad.
No, that's not bad.
But sorry.
No. Jack's dying here.
Yeah, I'm dying. The power of this deck is weighing heavy on me. Yeah, I really like this card, honestly. I think it's, like, I know it's broken beyond belief, but, like, I think it's broken in a good way. Like, it gives Pendulums the explosiveness they need as a mechanic. But anyway.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on it. It's not like Crystron Needle Fiber where it just warps the format around it.
Mm.
Astrograph was, but we don't have him anymore.
Yep.
Anyway, that's the extra deck. I'd say it's standard, but honestly, you can run pretty much fucking anything. Run Tomahawk, fucking FTK if you want, I don't care.
I was gonna say, like, Tomahawk's probably a good shout, but you need, like, the Nightmares and stuff. And
yeah, I don't own any Nightmares. Oh, I do actually.
You do now.
A Cerberus and a Phoenix, which I pulled from my entry packs and then proceeded to shove in my bag. 3 Sphere Mode. This never came up. Nobody ever made a board big enough. The only guy I came up against who did make a board big enough to justify this was the Spiral player, who I sided these in and then proceeded to not draw them. What?
4%.
Oh, shit.
Hurry up.
Do you want to put it on charge or something?
No, it's fine. Hurry up.
Okay, right. Sphere Mode, outs things, run Lava Golem instead, I don't care. Do what you want. Draws, I side them because I'm an idiot. I side these in every single game too, never saw them, didn't draw one the entire 10 rounds. This game is terrible.
It's theoretically good, though.
Theoretically good. Lancer Dragon kills things and does not get killed. He's good, he outs things. He used to be my out for Masterpiece, but then the ban list outed Masterpiece. Pendulum Storm was my spicy tech for the Pendulum Mirror, which I proceeded to not play.
Yeah.
You can replace this with literally anything. I just thought it would be funny if it came up, which it didn't. Red Reboots, I used this once against an Altergeist player, played half my life points, got wiretapped, lost the game.
Yeah.
Rivalry Anti-Spell is not fun. And then 4 Viruses. Weirdly, I saw this more than I saw these. Which is
okay.
really weird. I just drew this quite often.
He stacked.
Yeah, I stacked everything. Every round. Yeah, good cards. You can resolve them so you play them. I full forced a Dino player and hit an Oviraptor and then a Baby Ceratosaurus, and then I called by the grave the Baby Ceratosaurus. Lol. Also, that Altergeist player eradicated his hand, cold trap, dropped 5. Lol.
Yep.
And that's my deck profile.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, Jack. I think
5-5.
5-5. I think you went through all the changes that you were going to make.
Do you want to do like a combo video after this?
We might do.
Yeah, because I want to. Because I'm not going to touch this deck for probably quite a while.
So you might as well get combos done so you can remember them later.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks very much for doing that.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
This deck can stand up against the meta.
It can.
It's just you need to draw quite well.
So can Herald of Perfection.
So can Herald. And not Trickstar Sky Strikers, apparently.
You scrub like a bitch.
I scrubbed like... Yeah.
Okay.
I do that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Follow the Twitch stream. Links down below. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.